What's up, people? You are watching Untold Truth with your boy Reese as your host. Thanks for coming. Welcome back. We want to uncover truth that has not been told. And I did a video that I want to bring some clarity on. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's important. Okay, on to this video. Like I said, I did a video about all the presidents being related, right? And you know, some people are gonna have some opinions on that, and I know some people are looking at me like, oh, he's going off the deep end. But it's cool. It's cool. This may be new to some, but the idea of all the presidents being related is not a new concept. It's been going around for decades. But everything that I share with you, I want you to make up your own mind. That's very important. And for this channel, and for you to understand of what my goal is I want you to challenge the status quo. Okay? Critically think and challenge the status quo. We're going to talk about these presidents, but they do that. They give us pieces of information.
That we know Vice President Dick Cheney and Senator Barack Obama are distant cousins.
In my book, there's a lot of genealogical research, you know, going back, Dick's family, my family, these heroic and amazing tales of people who went west. But one of the things I discovered is that Dick and Barack Obama are 8th cousins.
Why do they give us pieces of information?
The New York Post decided to check into the genealogy of President Bush, and his family tree has people talking.
They give us these pieces of information because they don't want us to put it all together. They only want us to see the side of the coin that they want us to see.
We all know his father, but what about his cousins? Check out this family tree, done with research by Ancestry.com. Let me take you through this, branch by branch. Vice President Dick Cheney, the man who's only a heartbeat away from the presidency, is actually a blood relation. He's President Bush's 9th cousin once removed. Cheney's cousin Barack Obama is also Bush's 11th cousin, and the 9th cousin.
And the purpose of that is to lead and steer and guide us in the direction in which they want us to go. So if you get more information, you can be more enlightened to make up your own mind, opposed to just flowing with whatever the mainstream, the elite, the government, or whomever, whatever way they're trying to drive you for whatever reason. You can critically think and make up your own mind as to what's going on, as to what the truth is. So I want you to think critically, and we're going to keep putting it out here.
Of Brad Pitt.
In either of those first two books, though, who knew you and Dick Cheney cousins? You know, listen, I don't think I'm going to family reunion. I don't know how I'll be greeted.
Get out of it what you're going to get out of it, right? Believe it or don't, but support anyway. I mean, like the video, share it, support, but believe it or not, that's up to you. There's only so much research that can be done. I mean, and I don't care how much research you do on certain topics and information that you put out. Some people are going to choose to believe what they want to believe, period. In fact, prior to the last 10 years, historians actually linked 22 presidents within the same lineage. So it's not far-fetched. But it's up until recent times that, once again, this 11-year-old, 12-year-old girl dug a little bit deeper. She searched through about 500,000 names and dug through these names and timelines to make linkages to all the United States presidents being linked to that King John, except for one U.S. president, but they're tied too.
She started with George Washington, but unlike other professional genealogists that only looked at the male family lines, Bridge Ann was able to link the presidents together using both male and female ancestry. Before this, historians had only been able to link 22 family trees.
He kind of created a triumph of women's studies.
And the reason why this is not talked about a whole lot is because they want the narrative to remain in the minds of the American people that the choice is up to you as to who becomes the president. That's what they want you to believe. I choose not to believe that. I believe all the presidents are related. I believe they have been telling us all along that the presidents are related. Do a search for yourself. Searching and research is a lot easier than it used to be, but we are so crunched for time because we are so busy in this matrix that we really don't have the time to research things on our own. And you're not going to be able to. So having different sources to give and read and look into different information is where you're going to be able to compile and put pieces together. But if you only look at CNN, if you only look at Fox News, if you only look at the mainstream, you're only going to get their side of the coin. So no, I don't know everything. I don't believe what I say is absolute truth. I'm only giving out the untold pieces of truth that are in history that we don't consider. Harold Brooks Baker, he proposed a theory that the most royal candidate won the presidency every time.
This Harvard graduate, classmate of Ted Kennedy, Harold Brooks Baker often made comments about the British royal family to the press, with the theory being that the winning candidate would always have the greatest percentage of royal blood. His theory held water up until the 2004 presidential election.
He was correct on several election turnouts, predicting the president with the most royal blood. Now, once again, you may be thinking this is crazy or what have you, but just do a little research. It's not that uncommon. This King John of England, I believe, recognize and know he's the same guy that was the villain in Robin Hood. Yeah, so some people have found out about the lineage of the presidents and the connections that they have and how they tie to this John, the King John of England, and they say, oh well, we're all related to someone. If you believe in the Bible especially, we're all related to someone. That's true, but we're not all related to King John of England, villain from Robin Hood. I don't think we all have that ancestry, that all of our presidents come from the lineage of the same person that put his boot on the people's necks and took their money, and Robin Hood had to come and save the day. There is only one absolute. There's only one, and that absolute is God himself. Okay, and we know he is his word. He's truth, life, all of that good stuff. We know this, right? When we read translations and transliterations to get as close as we can to understand the true inerrant scriptures, right? So we're trying to get as close as we can to that because we can't read Hebrew or Greek, many of us anyway, to understand, or we didn't live in those times of when those words were spoken and what they meant to the people at that time. We're trying to get as close as we can to get that understanding, but the only way you're going to have an absolute understanding is to know the source, to talk to the source, get it straight from the source, right? Going back to the topic of the presidents, or any topic that we're going to discuss on this channel, what is the absolute source that you're going to be able to come to absolute truth on anything? CNN, Fox News, whatever institution that you attended? No. This channel is presenting untold truth, some things that have not been talked about or that's not pushed in the mainstream. Maybe it was introduced. Don't take my word for it. Look into it for yourself if you care to do so, or just keep believing the narrative that they're pushing down your throat. I choose not to.